Also, of course, check out the poll questions. We do have who was your captain for game week 5. We have who owns Ryan Fraser. And then, of course, when you click that one, it asks, did he actually play? Is he coming off your bench or is he staying on your bench? We've got Mo Salah or No Salah. And then we've got points so far this game week. And I've already seen that someone has asked about Mo Salah or No Salah. It is the hot topic that just will not stop until Mo Salah gets some significant returns. So the way I'm going to look at it today on the Mo Salah or No Salah is I'm going to compare his stats in the first 5 game weeks to every other midfielder, and I think really it's Hazard and Mane that are really the standout options to pick instead of him in that kind of price range. And then we're also going to look at last game week, potentially look at other game weeks as well, and see if we can figure out if this is something that is similar to Harry Kane last year, where he had a slow start, the underlying stats were still there, but he just wasn't converting, or if this is something we just have to wait a little bit longer and there's going to be some decent returns. So if we actually look at season long, first 5 game weeks, Mohamed Salah, of course, is significantly the most expensive midfielder at 13 million. He's got 2 goals so far. That is lagging behind Richarlison, Lucas Moura, Ryan Fraser, Roberto Pereira, Sterling, Pedro, Mane and Hazard. So there's plenty of options getting more goals. Penalty area touches, Salah is top with 40, Sterling on 38. However, Sterling has played 1 less game. Silva's on 35, David Silva, who's also appeared in 1 less game. Hazard's on 29, and then you're kind of falling off the pace a bit. Mane on 28 compared to Salah's 40. And then as far as attempts go, Salah is usually the midfielder with the most attempts, 23 attempts, Mane with 15, Pedro with 15, Eriksen with 15, Pogba with 15, Hazard is actually on 14, so is Ruben Neves had 3, and Mane's had 2. Then why is he lagging behind them so much in actual goals? And then shots on target, Salah, Pogba and Mane on 9 each. Hazard's only had 6, and you've got the likes of Mane, Sterling, Ali, Pedro, Maddison and Eriksen in contention there. And then if we have a quick look at distribution as well, chances created, Salah's actually created 16 chances, which is on par with David Silva. That is a lot more than Willian, Eriksen, Fraser, Hazard. Mane is only creating 8 chances so far. But as far as big chances, Fraser has created 6 big chances so far this season. That's the most of any midfielder, and he's 5.7 million. So I think even if we don't get any answer out of Mo Salah or No Salah, I definitely think that we need to be looking at Ryan Fraser as someone in our sides, but not necessarily on our bench, which I've now learnt my lesson there. David Silva's created 4 chances, big chances. Salah's created 2. I think Mane's created 2 as well. Big chances created by Hazard is 2 as well. But total assists is in favour of Fraser on 2, Sanchez on 2, Salah on 2, Hazard on 2. Mane, I believe, only has the 1, if he has any at all. Actually, Mane's got no assists so far. But Milner is top of assists with 3 assists. So the question is, do I think it's time to drop Mohamed Salah? Now, for me, the underlying stats are still there, which means I'd give him a bit more time. Of course, if for those of you around last year, I did the same with Harry Kane, and it burned me for a while. But Harry Kane did come good season long and still got points. So I think with Southampton next, now is definitely not the time to drop him. If you were going to drop him because of the return on the underlying stats, I would say it's against Chelsea and Man City. I think those are the 2 sides that if a side's going to dominate Liverpool and potentially stop them scoring, Chelsea and Man City look the most likely to out of all the teams in the Premier League. But you then do have Huddersfield and Cardiff in game week 9 and 10. So potentially what you could do is take him out for game week 7, then save a transfer in game week 8 if you don't have any urgent business. And then you've got 2 transfers if you want to try and bring him back in for Huddersfield and Cardiff. But even against Spurs, he was getting good chances, and on another day, he could have converted those. It is then Arsenal in game week 11. And then if I can find Liverpool, because I've just changed it, then it's Fulham in game week 12. So it's very up and down the fixtures for Liverpool. But for me, I would not be getting out Salah when he's got Southampton next.